putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank.
I'm Jamie Manaselli, WIDU Radio News. On July 15th, an animal abuse incident involving a dog was reported to Animal Services, who then contacted the Sheriff's Office. The Cumberland County Sheriff's Office deputies and Sex Offender Registration Enforcement Unit went to investigate the incident due to the suspect being a registered sex offender. On July 23rd, the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office arrested and charged David Wayne Morris with crimes against nature and cruelty to animals. On Wednesday, July 22nd, the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office Special Investigations Unit executed a search warrant in the 4900 block of Madison Drive in Hope Mills. Deputies seized 11 grams of methamphetamine, a quarter gram of fentanyl, 2.79 grams of cocaine, just under 2 grams of MDMA, 15 dosage units of oxycodone, and 39 dosage units of Adderall. As a result, 41-year-old Kathy Jackson of Hope Mills is facing multiple drug charges. From WIDU Radio, I'm
Good Friday morning. We start your day with mostly cloudy skies and scattered showers and a few storms. Temperatures start in the mid to upper 60s. We'll stay mostly cloudy throughout the day today with highs only reaching the mid to upper 70s. Some isolated showers and a few storms are possible throughout the day. Then we're mostly cloudy overnight with scattered showers and a few storms possible. We'll drop to the upper 60s. We'll have a chance for some isolated showers on Saturday with highs at around 80. I'm meteorologist Grant Skinner in the NCN Weather Center.
This edition of your local news and weather is brought to you by Fayetteville PWC.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank.
to you on this Friday morning here. We're July 24th, and it is raining, and that is good news. Trying to pull them out of a drought. Looking at Durham County, Jay and DL are there this morning, and it's going to take a lot to pull us out of this, but there's a little lake behind me, and so the water was up. I was walking the dog this morning at the little point where it spills over into this thing that runs beneath the street, beneath Ramsey Street. I see the water was up, but there's a lot that would need to happen, though. You know what I mean? I had a couple of things sitting outside, and I saw where not runoff from the house, but actually it looked like it rained a couple of inches over the night. But it's going to take a lot more to get us out of this drought. But it is something we need to do. 72 degrees out there now, and it's going to be probably a rainy day. Maybe not too muggy, but look, we need this. Good morning, gentlemen. How you doing?
Doing great. Yeah, good morning.
Right. So a couple of things on there, wanted to talk about. And I let Deal, why don't you lead off?
No, Jay. Go to Jay. Go to Jay. Go to Jay.
Go to Jay this morning.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Okay.
I am honored that you're deferring to me, DL. Thank you. So just a couple things I wanted to hit, and then get your thoughts on it. As many folks know, I think it was a week ago, President Trump had a national, I guess it's a news conference. It wasn't State of the Union, and his big focus was on his concerns about voter fraud. There was some controversy about it because only Fox News covered it live. Most of the networks did not. That's the
CBS
big problem.
Hold on,
CBS,
Jay.
okay. CBS did cover it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is that if it is a president, in my opinion, I think you should cover it. It's up to the pundits to be able to dissect the information, let the listeners know what may be true, what may not be true, and just talk about the issues. They didn't do that like, in my opinion, they should have. Now, coincidentally, just this week, a press conference was held by Mickey Sherrill, the governor of New Jersey, about an issue which I wanted to highlight, where actually 6,600 people in New Jersey said they were not U.S. citizens, had been incorrectly registered to vote due to a technical error, Governor Sherrill said, and adding that only fewer than 400 were found to have actually voted. And that's the state taking action immediately. The reason I bring this up is the optics of the president talking about voter fraud and then that issue coming up is going to be, in my opinion, used by many of the Republican candidates running for office. I say all of this to say that in the most recent data really suggests that the rates are only about 0.0003 to 0.25 for voter impersonation that have been studied during elections. There was one large academic study recently that said even on the upper levels in the 2012 election, only 0.02% were likely to have voted fraudulently. And then finally, I just want two other pieces. A review by this guy, I think his name is Justin Levitt, found that only 31 credible cases of impersonation, of voter impersonation, out of 1 billion ballots were found between 2000 and 2014. And then the Heritage Foundation, a very far-right think tank, conservative group, said that only 0.0001% voter fraud. The bottom line is you have the president that is saying there is voter fraud throughout the country. You just had an incident in New Jersey that had some issues with voter fraud, and then you have the data. So it's totally confusing the public, and my concern is it could cause voter suppression and confusion. I will leave that now to you two gentlemen who are wiser than I am.
Okay. All right, Jay. So I'll go behind you. I'm gonna have to correct you on some things.
You're going to
New
correct
Jersey-
me on
Yeah,
radio?
because-
Oh, my God.
Okay, here's the thing. It was
Go
two
on.
networks that covered. And number one, the New Jersey governor, she was dealing with facts. So nobody was disputing the fact that a software error erroneously registered non-citizens to vote. Either non-citizens or people who hadn't signed up to vote. Both of them wrong. So that's a fact. Now let's get back. Let's get back to the Trump coverage. Okay. Now, Fox and CBS carried it live. Now the other two networks. Here's my thing. They need to just fact check them live instead of, in their opinion, they're looking at the fact that there was nobody ever charged. They like to lean on all these hearings they had after the January 20th, and William Barr, the Attorney General, said he couldn't find them. They love to lean on that because they love to push the narrative. The liberal networks love to push the narrative that high-profile elected Republican leaders said there was none and whatever. I get that. That's what they like to lean on. However, just cover the freaking press conference and do maybe they don't have what they call these people, the fact checkers. You know, Trump lies so much, they must don't have fact checkers that can catch his lies that quick. Maybe that's why they didn't want to do it. I either just fact check him after the fact, though. But I kind of agree with you. They probably should have covered it. But, Jay, you're trying to say this makes them look bad because they covered one and they did not cover the other one. One, you're dealing with facts, and, you know, you have to fact check the other person. So New Jersey did what they were supposed to do, and they had a different governor. And that's just my spin on it. But I'll yield to you, Troy.
Thank you.
Sure. So, well, first of all, Jay, I mean, I got a memory here. I don't have to pick up a history book. In 2016, they all said that was election interference by Russia. That's what they said. All you do is just go back and look. I mean, this is not AI generated. Go back and look to directly what they said. Now, what the president, there's a 1934 law that says that media is supposed to cover those kinds of things. And they were outside of the FCC rules, first of all. But they all lie. I'm sorry, but even Obama lied. You know what I'm saying? My thing is that it's not for the media to say, okay, we're not going to allow GQ Public to listen to this because it lies so much, and then you're going to come back and have a show on what he said when you wouldn't allow the people to hear what he said. That's simply not fair. It's not. And that 25 minutes, okay. But this is what President Trump said, and this, I think, is the key points here. He did not try to relitigate 2020. However, there is clear evidence in...
Which is a rarity.
I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt
Sorry,
you.
you're right. You did not interrupt.
And now you're acting.
I could not help myself.
Now you're acting just like what you are, a liberal. You see what I'm saying? But what he did do was, though, he cited some things and he said, well, nobody's under arrest. Well, it doesn't mean that somebody's not going to be indicted. I think that he's laying a trap because what he did was he cited specific things, and not only for the public to go check out, the media to go check out, but the public to go check out. And he put it on the whitehouse.gov website. So people can go look and see. But his main emphasis was the interference of our elections by China. And that the fact that they were inside of that. Now, there were two one of the networks that did not participate has a top-notch female investigative journalist, went and looked and concluded that what he said regarding that was, in fact, true. And so that's what I think that the public needs to, not right now, don't jump to conclusions. Let's not get a lot of exercise flying off a handle and jump to conclusions. Let's let it all play out. But when all of the media, this traditional media, and the left-leaning liberals are trying to tell people, oh, it's nothing to it, it's nothing to it, it's nothing to it. Now, it's just like going to trial, guys. the judge always says in a trial, and I know DL has seen a lot of them, and I've seen a lot of them myself, I've been involved in them, said, do not try to come to a conclusion until all of the evidence has been presented. And that's all the American public needs to do. Because between now and November, it's not going to be about New Jersey. I promise you there's a lot of other stuff coming out too. Now, I'm not going to dive into that because the traditional media, they don't talk about this stuff. And I'm going to allow it to come out in a filtered way. But there's a whole lot of information that's going to come out about election fraud. And anybody that believes that it's not happening, I don't see how you cannot believe that it's not happening. What they're doing, they're hacking our systems. And if you follow the news, they hack stuff all day long.
That is not correct. No one is hacking the systems that they've been able to find in any of the lawsuits.
You interrupted me again. You're interrupting me. You're interrupting me again.
Okay.
You're interrupting me again.
Right.
No, you're wrong. They have been hacking our systems. That's the point. Now, you're going to say that they're not hacking our systems when every other system we have has been hacked. I mean, you go out here and Jay and DL, they are hacking all kind of stuff and they're sending us. They say, the bank said we got hacked. I mean, and all of these supposed secure things are being hacked, but you're going to tell me that the election system can't be hacked. Now, look, I can share with you guys a number of top Democrats, to include the vice president that we had before. All of them are saying that anything connected to the internet is less secure. And they were concerned about it being hacked. That was their language in 2019 and 2018. That's a fact. So, you know, you can believe what you want to believe, but let's not tell the people what to believe. Let's allow them to see the facts and let it all play out, and then we go from there. I'm finished.
Okay. We could go on and on with this, but I think we all were able to provide our input, and I am very satisfied, at least for right now. But this will come up in future episodes, I am sure, Troy.
Sure, definitely. But look, DL, we were talking earlier. One thing I do want to talk about locally, there is a Ukrainian company that wants to come here and build some drones. And, providing straight up nice jobs and everything else. But here's the take right here, guys. Some people are saying, oh, no, we don't want those kind of jobs to come here because they're building stuff for war. Explain to me what's wrong with our people here. What's wrong with us? I don't get it. I mean, yeah, of course, drones are used for strikes and all this other stuff, and you don't have to give up human capital, rather for a machine to get blown up than a person. But I don't understand us. I just don't. Well, we don't want a chicken plant. We don't want data centers.
Don't we have defense contractors in Fayetteville that are building products for Fort Bragg? I mean, you can't. I mean, in my opinion, it is a quality. It sounds like a quality company. Salaries, I think, are at $70,000 plus. I think I saw 160 some jobs. To me, you don't pass up on that. We're in the defense industry in Cumberland County. To me, it's a no-brainer. I don't know why you would have pushback on that. DL?
Well, it's going to be quick for me, just like it should be quick for every elected official, city, county, whatever. Here's what you do. You listen to your public. If they want, it's their right to disagree with this project. Give them, when they do the public speaking, you let them speak. But when it's time to do the gavel, you shouldn't even be conversation. You say, we thank the public for the input, and you vote unanimously. And if you're an elected official and you don't want to vote for this, then I don't know what you're trying to do for your people, because the first part as an elected official is about public safety and bringing jobs. That's it.
Right. It's 162 people, employees, and they are with an average pay of plus $70,000 a year.
Yeah.
Which now, right now, the average pay, the county minimum wage now is $49,000. So that's about, going up to over $20,000 a year more. And like I'm saying, but you got people that complain. I'm like, I don't understand them. Okay, I got it. But even with the data center thing, now, have you guys seen the commercials that are being run on TV in North Carolina about the data centers?
I haven't seen one yet.
Yeah.
What is it? I know there's so much negative pushback on a national level about these data centers. Everyone's pushing back, the issues with water and power, and it's going to be, harmful to the environment, a lot of this stuff. But then on the other end, they're very good paying jobs. So, but I've not seen anything positive yet. What are they saying, Troy?
Well, the ad that I saw on television, and but I don't get bunny ear stuff, so I was streaming on a channel. It said that they have data centers now that can run without water. Water is not a component that they need to have in order for it to, to do what it needs to do. And so I think they're trying to address the environmental concerns. But then some other people saying, well, they're going to build these things near black neighborhoods and blah, 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 and da-da-da. Of course, industrialized sites are certainly going to go to cheaper property in town. Jay, you come out of city governments, city of Durham and Fayetteville. Nobody's coming to town and looking to buy the most expensive property to start a business, are they? Huh?
They're not. That's correct.
So
that's correct. But you have the history though of companies that have poor records on environmental issues, trying to always build in those poor communities, and that's why you have a lot of pushback based on the history. But you're right; they don't want to buy the most expensive land.
Right.
That goes without saying. But you're right.
But that's they want an incentive DL of $243,000, and that was a 9-1 vote. Who do you think voted against it? I'm talking about with the city.
I think it was
the city council.
I know who. Hey, and he's a veteran. Cumberland County is, they're in the defense business. And what you hear online is that the drones are just like AI data, they're spying. No, drones are not. Drones are used by law enforcement. They should want it because it helps. The drone helps give the law enforcement the image of what's going on prior to their arrival. So this technology is taken to it because you don't have sometimes when officers are not available, and it's a win-win. We got to embrace technology. I understand the concern with the other issues, law enforcement, flock cameras, and body-worn cam. We wanted that. We just wanted them to be used wisely, but
Sure. Now, the Board of Commissioners, it was unanimous, but absent was Commissioners Council and Adams. But the City Council, it was 9-1, and that was Sean McMillan that was opposing that. But anyway,
Interesting.
That doesn't surprise me with that.
No, it doesn't surprise. No, it doesn't surprise me either. Doesn't surprise me either.
But again, though, I'm just saying is that look, we're a Tier 1 community, trying to climb out the hole. I just don't understand. I don't know all of the people that are saying no to everything. What is it that they want to say yes to?
Yeah. Yeah, and this is a community that, talks about wanting jobs. You just had the Goodyear plant closing. And that's, that's 1,000 jobs right there. You want to start, identifying other companies that can start rebuilding and bringing in those jobs. So to me, it's a no-brainer. But again, I'm not on city council. I don't have a vote, but I hear what you said, DL. Let the people provide their input, and then city council make a vote.
Yeah, it's funny because when you read the online blogs from, Fayetteville, you got various social media sites. So, and they're always this one person they're asking for a Cheesecake Factory and Costco. Somebody asked for Costco. And your demographics and your money, your income, household income, they're not coming. And Cheesecake Factory's overrated anyway.
I agree.
I was told, I read this thing that they look at how many Dollar Trees and Dollar Generals you have in your community.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting.
And that
That's very interesting.
that is an indicator.
Did not know that.
That was they say they count those now. If you got a lot of Dollar Trees and a lot of Dollar Generals, maybe it's stereotypical. I don't know, but they leave with a certain impression of you, sir.
Yeah, no, that's a very interesting point. I know when I was working for the city, Fayetteville, that was one of the things they kept, not the Dollar Tree, but it was always getting a P.F. Chang's and a Cheesecake Factory and a Costco. And it is about the demographics. It's about, the spend. And unfortunately, it's not there. But when you start getting these higher paying jobs, then you might start getting those opportunities.
Sure.
So anyway, it's interesting conversation.
Yeah, well, we're coming up on a break, but look, guys, I'm not knocking Dollar Tree because you will see Brother Troy in Dollar Tree a lot.
I saw a suit you bought. Your last suit, I think, you got from Dollar Tree. It was a very nice suit you bought there.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, can I just say a shout-out to Sydney, who is a first-time listener. So Sydney in Durham is listening today, and hopefully she's enjoying the show.
All right, thank you so much. Anyway, we're going to a break here, but look, I start off at Dollar Tree, and then I either go to Big Lots or either Dollar General. And if all else fails, I go to Walmart, okay? So that's what happens. That's far as I'm going, though.
Up there.
I'm not going to Scarborough Road. You know what's out there. I'm not paying for all those prices inside that building. Oh, no. Anyway, going to a break here, and we're going to, as soon as my producer steps back in, we're going to grab this break here, and we'll come right back. But anyway, inside of the WID Morning Show on this Friday with Jay and DL, we're going to be back for more following this.
Angelic Flourish Creations, 442 Hillsborough Street, Fayetteville, is family-owned and operated, proudly serving the Fayetteville area. Whatever the occasion, Angelic Flourish Creations can create a floral arrangement or gift for any occasion or holiday. Angelic Flourish Creations has prompt, friendly, and caring service. If you want to say you care, you can always say it with flowers from Angelic Flourish Creations, 442 Hillsborough Street, Fayetteville. Call 910-485-2205.
As the summer heat churns on, the Fayetteville Fire Department would like to remind you to stay cool when possible. Take extra breaks when working outside, and always stay hydrated. Some people don't think about it, but if you're only drinking water when you're thirsty, you're doing it wrong. Signs of heat injury can sneak up on you, so stay cool, stay hydrated, and stay safe, Fayetteville.
Governor Josh Stein visited the Raleigh Police Department Special Operations Division on Thursday to highlight recent investments in the state budget to support law enforcement and keep people safe. Says the state is providing a hand to local police. The AP is reporting they've heard blasts in U.S. base area of northern Iraq this morning. Washington has fired its city manager after just 3 months in the position. Council members cited concerns over police dispatch staffing shortages and emergency communications operations. Australian Trade Minister Don Farrell today slammed new U.S. tariffs as completely unjustified. U.S. Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan is going around the country promoting a new book, and she says the court has kept the executive branch in check in some cases, such as rulings on tariffs implemented by the Trump administration. Mike Trayley, NCN News.
I'm Jamie Manaselli, WIDU Radio News. On July 15th, an animal abuse incident involving a dog was reported to Animal Services, who then contacted the sheriff's office. The Cumberland County Sheriff's Office deputies and Sex Offender Registration Enforcement Unit went to investigate the incident due to the suspect being a registered sex offender. On July 23rd, the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office arrested and charged David Wayne Morris with crimes against nature and cruelty to animals. On Wednesday, July 22nd, the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office Special Investigations Unit executed a search warrant in the 4900 block of Madison Drive in Hope Mills. Deputies seized 11 grams of methamphetamine, a quarter gram of fentanyl, 2.79 grams of cocaine, just under 2 grams of MDMA, 15 dosage units of oxycodone, and 39 dosage units of Adderall. As a result, 41-year-old Kathy Jackson of Hope Mills is facing multiple drug charges. From WIDU Radio, I'm...
With the front still stalled near our area, we'll have more chances for some scattered showers and a few storms, especially during the first part of the day today and overnight into early Saturday. Temperatures will be cooler today, then will gradually warm up through the end of the weekend. We're mostly cloudy with scattered showers and storms this morning. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. We'll reach the mid to upper 70s this afternoon with more shower chances and a better chance for showers and storms overnight. I'm meteorologist Grant Skinner in the NCN Weather Center. With the front still stalled near our area, we'll have more chances for some scattered showers and a few storms, especially during the first part of the day today and overnight into early Saturday. Temperatures will be cooler today, then will gradually warm up through the end of the weekend. We're mostly cloudy with scattered showers and storms this morning. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. We'll reach the mid to upper 70s this afternoon with more shower chances and a better chance for showers and storms overnight. I'm meteorologist Grant Skinner in the NCN Weather Center.
Planning a renovation, new deck, or even buying a fixer-upper? Before you start swinging hammers or sign on the dotted line, check if a permit is required. Getting the right permits keeps your project safe, legal, and on track. Whether it's for home improvement or commercial upgrade, your permitting team is here to help. Visit FayetteVilleNC.gov/permits or give us a call at 910-433-1707.
Hi, I'm Mitch Colvin, president of Colvin Funeral Home and Crematory. For over 50 years, our family has provided professional services with dignity, compassion, and respect with families during a time of need. We realize funeral services are as unique as those we're honoring. We offer a variety of affordable, quality services tailored to meet each family's needs, specializing in burial and cremation services. Proudly servicing Cumberland, Robeson, Hope, Harnett, Bladen, and surrounding counties from 2 locations, 2010 Murchison Road, Fayetteville, 1904 Elizabethtown Road, Lumberton. For more information, visit our website, www.hmcolvin.com.
Back us out the morning show on this Friday morning. DL, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Right. So it's on you now.
All right, folks. This Wet Friday. So, Troy and Jay, last weekend, James Tallarico, who is the U.S. Senate candidate from Texas, he defeated Jasmine Crockett in the primary. And, I'm not a Democrat, but it was, folks felt like the Democratic machine got behind him and they wanted him to beat Jasmine Crockett. There was talk about equal time on when Colbert had his night show. But, during the primary, he secured 86% of the votes from, Crockett secured 86% of the black vote. Tallarico, meanwhile, safely won the white Latino vote, securing 53% to 46% victory in the overall contest. So he was at a town hall last week, and, he got the question that black candidates usually ask all candidates about what can you do for our community, and it came down to reparations. Of course, nobody's going to put cash money in black folks' hands, but he talked about as far as education, mental health funding, all the answers, the correct answers you can say so you don't get beat up by the opposition. But one person, his aide wanted him to leave, but he said no because one person was giving it to him about wanted him to stay and answer questions, and they were going to hold him accountable. And it just happened to be activist Black Lives Matter activist, Candace Weber, an activist and organizer from Houston. You know, she was upset. She felt like she wanted to know what Tallarico was going to do to stop the big money that's coming out of Washington. What could they do in Texas for? So basically, they were giving it to them. I'm like, hopefully they ask all candidates this. But here's my thing: not a Democrat or Republican, but I'm trying to ask myself. Because they say they told him you need our vote to win, and they're right. He does need their vote to win. But I'm trying to figure out what game are they're playing here, because they know who his opposition is. It's Ken Paxton. I'm gonna give you some facts about Ken Paxton. He was indicted in 2015 for felonies. He avoided jail time because he did a pretrial deal and restitution and community service. He was impeached by the Texas House in 2023 over accusation that he abused his office to help a campaign donor. And then at 25, he was ordered to pay $6.6 million after firing two top aides who reported his actions to the FBI. Now, with that said, the citizens of Texas still voted for him instead of the incumbent Cronin, who's in Washington right now, is the U.S. Senator. So I'm trying to ask those folks who are, I don't know what the issue is with Tallarico, because 80 majority of Democrats, the majority of black people in Texas are Democrats. I'm trying to figure out what's their end game with Tallarico. And if you do not want to vote for him because he has not convinced you that he's going to look out for the best interests of the black folks, then you're voting for Ken Paxton. And with that, I yield to you, Jay.
Thank you. Well, it's very, very well said. The one thing about that woman who spoke at the end, I watched that video several times. Number one, she was incredibly rude to the candidate. But more than that, it seemed like it was just she wanted a viral moment. It was all at the end. Most of the folks there were African American, seemed to be very responsive to Tallarico, were listening, but it was at the end where she had to just go out there, and just the way she did it, she posed her questions. It was incredibly rude. To me, it was about a viral moment. But you're absolutely right. Ken Paxton has a terrible record. The issue is that many of the Republicans wanted him to endorse Cornyn because Cornyn had a better chance of beating Tallarico than Paxton. So it didn't make sense. Trump endorsed Paxton. To me, Cornyn had the better chance. Not sure what that was all about, but you're absolutely right. Paxton,
hey, Jay.
Yes.
Hey, Jay. Now, you notice I said she's a Black Lives activist from the Houston area. Now, Tallarico's campaign contact her, bring her into the office, and I don't know, maybe donate some money to that chapter or in a way that's legal. She'll probably be quiet. She'll come out with a different story. Well, I've had my talk with him, and I think he's going to be our man. That's what it's all about with some of these folks. That's how you shut them up.
Oh, yeah. That's true. But at the end of the day, Paxton is a flawed candidate. Cornyn would have had a better chance. That's what sort of surprised me with Trump's endorsement of Paxton, because Cornyn has been around a long time and just has a much better, I think is more popular in Texas. So the whole thing was very shocking to me. But that woman was out for a viral moment, and not impressed by her, the way she came across. So anyway, interesting issue. Tallarico definitely is doing very well in the polls too. I think it's going to be very close any way you look at it, which is surprising to me how close it could be with a flawed candidate. And one final thing is the Democrats have had a lot of flawed candidates recently. Swalwell, who had a terrible record, he's out. Graham Plattner, Maine, terrible record, he's out. Well, for whatever reason, the Republicans are keeping, they wanted Paxton in there. I'm not sure why they would want him in with his flawed record. I'll leave it at that.
Well, I mean, you guys are talking like Tallarico. This guy is all that when he's a flawed candidate too. I mean, really? Have you checked out this guy's religious stance? Isn't he supposed to be a preacher?
Well, he's the son of a preacher.
Okay,
he's the son of a preacher.
But I mean,
he's not a preacher.
Yeah, but he has some pretty far out ideas about things. And now, if you're talking about going far to the left with some of this socialism stuff, which is pretty much what a lot of Democrats are doing now, because you guys, those are in the Democratic Party having a civil war as
Not
well.
me, though. Not me. I want to put it out there. I am not a communist. I am not far left. I don't agree with a lot of that nonsense. I want to make sure, for the record, Troy,
I know, but Jay, let me finish.
I'm not one of those folks, so please.
What is this? I let
please
you guys
go on
talk.
there, Troy. I am not. I stand by that.
You guys hear this, right? See, I don't say anything when they're talking. As soon as I start talking, then I get interrupted. But that's how the left.
But you were
that's
putting
how the
me
left
in
operates.
that category, and I'm not in that category.
I didn't put you in that category. I didn't say Jay.
Oh, okay, then I stand corrected. Sorry, Dave.
I didn't call Jay.
No more
name.
interruptions.
I know. I know you're a little sensitive about it, but look, I didn't call your name. Okay, I just said that. He brings his own nuances to the table too. Let's not act like he doesn't bring his own stuff to the table too. He does, and of course, the dynamics of this person. He's going to get some pushback from some African Americans, and I don't blame him.
Sure.
And so it's like this young lady told me one time. She said, "Mr. Williams, I'm tired of having to decide whether I'm going to vote for Satan or the Antichrist." You know what I mean? You just that's the kind of dynamic.
But he doesn't have a criminal record, though, Troy. That's the difference. He has not committed any crimes. He's not been charged with anything.
I get all that, but look, because he doesn't have a criminal record doesn't mean that he can't be a damaging, polarizing candidate that can do some things that are not good for the country. And look at what's going on in New York. Did he have
I agree.
Does he have a criminal record that you know of? No.
No, he does not. I don't agree with a lot of what Mamdani is doing.
I mean, who does? That's what I'm talking about. But,
I get it.
Y'all get these folk up there, man. I mean, boy. And then y'all want to make them out to be all that. When I'm telling you, I understand why African Americans don't like him. They don't like him. And so, they had a chance to vote for Jasmine Crockett, but then she was a little bit too far out there as well. So, I mean, the dynamics are just the dynamics.
Yeah, I think Talarico's very white, as is Pete Buttigieg. And
exactly.
The two of them, not to compare the two, they're just very white. They don't seem to, they haven't immersed themselves, in my opinion, in the black community. But that doesn't mean, they can't be a good candidate. And anyway, I'll leave it at that. DL was going to say something.
Hey, Troy, I'm not going to debate anything you said. I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of the folks that were basically, he deserved to be grilled, but the one, I just don't get what their end game, I don't know. Maybe they upset by how Jasmine was treated. I don't know. I just like to know what the end game of those folks in Texas. I'm going to stay close to that when I'm going to get some local stuff.
Now, dear, you are asking the $1 million question now. End game, do you really think they have an end game? based on everything you've been exposed to. Do you really think that? You don't know this person, but just generally speaking, do you believe that they have an end game?
I don't know. I'll probably answer my own question.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think you did.
Look, guys, I do want to talk about this local thing that we have. We have 64 new medical students at our medical school here in Fayetteville. I think that's pretty exciting.
That's huge.
That's huge. That's dynamic. I had the mayor in yesterday. I kind of grilled him a little bit. I said, Mayor, I was at that ribbon cutting and I didn't see any of your folk. Nobody was there from the city council. I mean, how do you not be at something like that? That's huge.
So are you saying that? No city council. The mayor was there.
No. Now I don't know why he wasn't
there.
there.
No one was there.
Right.
Wow. Yeah, it's not a good look. What was the reason? What did the mayor say?
He didn't say anything, and I didn't press him on it. But this is what I said, though. I said, and I'm going racial with this, okay? So prepare yourself. I'm just saying, look.
Oh boy, this is the first time you've done that to me.
Just so, look, the council, there's a lot of African Americans on it. What bothered me out of that whole thing was that, hey, look, Fayetteville is a black city now. It really is, population-wise. And when you have something like that, and you have 95% of the people in the room are non-African Americans, when you have these African American elected leaders, I think it just sends a bad message. I mean, anybody in there could lead that with the conclusion that they don't care, or that's something that's not of concern.
Were the county commissioners there, Troy?
The ones running for office, yes.
Oh, really? The ones that were currently in office were
of course,
not there?
The chair was there, but I'm talking about I'm talking about the African Americans side of the house now. I just think that they need to be in places like that, and that's just my opinion.
I would totally agree.
But I just think they need to show up now. So you can be against everything else, DL. However, can't you be for this? I mean, all of the people out there that just say no group, you would think that they would be at something like that, and they were not there.
Yeah.
Now I'm dealing with council.
Plus, I would have loved. Yeah. Plus, I would have loved for even a candidate for office, local office, to talk about, to inspire, put it on their Facebook page, and then that might inspire some African American or minority person to want to go into the medical field, because, of course, we lack representation in that field. So, but it's a good thing for this. It's a good thing for that region, not just Fayetteville, for that region, so the counties that surround that region. Keep those young folks at home.
Right, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, and now it's going to be competitive because people from across the whole country are going to be applying, no doubt. But to have that in our backyard, that's a big deal. That's a huge deal.
It is. It is. And let me ask you this. Of the doctors that will be hired, and I think we may have spoken about this before, the training will occur at this new facility, and will they work in local hospitals to get additional training? I mean, what's the process? I don't really understand the whole process. It will be a medical school.
They have to
like
work
other
in
medical
Cape Fear.
schools.
Cape Fear Valley.
Yeah, so they will all work in Cape Fear Valley.
Correct.
And they will have. Are there certain specialties that the focus will be on in this medical school?
No, I
Did
mean,
they talk about that specialties.
A specialty is after you get your medical degree, then you specialize. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's generally how that works. Right. You got to get through. You go through the basic medical school, then if you want to specialize, then you specialize.
Yeah, got it. Well,
But
it's
I'm
definitely
sure
it's great news for Cumberland County. That's the bottom line. And then if they can just add that drone company, we're going to be ready to roll.
But they don't want that, though, because those are weapons of war. Can't have that.
There you go. But it's Cumberland County. It's Fort Bragg, folks. It's a no-brainer. Sorry to bring that up again. That's just, yeah. We got to do better.
Well, we just don't want anything around here.
No, I don't believe that. There's some great things going on in Cumberland County.
Oh, that's right. We
great
want
things.
DPAC #2 here. Okay, let me see. That's something we want. Mm-hmm. And what else do we want?
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Hey,
Go ahead, Dio.
Hey, so this week they did I like when the media, because some things we forget about, but you had local media outlets all over the United States and locally inquire about this investigation surrounding the off-duty sheriff's deputy and the highway patrolman. And
please.
And what I found interesting, because me and Troy talked about this, because I was kind of leaning. Wait a minute, I was kind of leaning that this guy possibly should be charged. And then when Troy,
can you just do a little background again, just a 30-second background, just for me and the listeners again.
All right, yeah. Basically, in March of 2025, a captain who is now deceased went over to another lieutenant's house at the sheriff's office. They had previously been involved in a relationship. She had an off-duty highway patrolman there, and the patrolman told him not to approach him. They went in the yard. He fired 2 warning shots, and the captain approached him. He shot and killed him. Well, the search warrants, not the search warrant, but the affidavits that were made to the public showed that the text messages, and Troy, I was walking my dog when he was telling me that she told him not to come. And then I thought about it. Well, hey, does he have to go hands-on to defend himself? And then he has no duty to retreat because the SHP supervisor is where he was invited. He doesn't have to give up his gun because somebody else, he doesn't give up his gun. He knows he has it on him. And so the captain knows he has a gun, and he's upset because he's there with an ex-lady friend. So if they start fighting one-on-one and the captain gets the best of the SHP supervisor, he could take his gun and kill him. So I'm thinking about it now, folks. I'm like, that one-on-one stuff goes away because the one guy was where he was supposed to be and invited, and the other person was not where he was supposed to be, and probably is what's saving the SHP supervisors the text messages. So I kind of, when you learn more, you kind of change your opinion on things.
So what's the final outcome? And there was a relationship with I think someone was related to the head of the State Highway Patrol or something. That was a big part of it too, I thought.
That's his sister.
Well, it's just kind of salacious, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just her brother is Freddie the junior, Freddie Troy help me out.
Freddie Johnson.
Freddie Johnson, yeah, because I know the dad. Troy, you work with the dad, and I know the dad, and I know the son. So that's just happened to be his sister, but it has nothing to do with the situation that happened. That's what I want to look at. Is that the fact, folks? And just like the shooting down in Florida, where the black lady and the Army veteran, he knew she had a gun, and who knows what he was going to do to her if he gets that gun, and she was where she was supposed to be. So basically, folks, if somebody tells you they got a gun and you still going to approach them, that's not a good idea. It's not a good idea.
Yeah. What do you all think about the Nolan Wells situation? The young black, I think he was 18 years old.
Correct.
They were out. He was out with a bunch of white kids. They just did an autopsy. Don't know what the results are, but one of the big sort of a smoking gun that the defense or the family says is the phone. Has it been wiped clean? It just seems like there's a lot of suspicion around this case. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, Jay, it's like this, folks. We don't know exactly what happened, but I tell folks this: you're not going to see a bunch of it takes a while to build a case. You don't want to go before the grand jury with half caught because you that's going to be building somebody's eyes. Cases don't happen overnight, even if there will be a case. They're probably subpoenaing a bunch of people's text messages during that time, phone calls. And even if you scrub your phone, they have technology that can recover a bunch of things. This is not going to happen overnight. And, I feel for the family, but I'm just going to wait for, the district attorney for that area. She spoke yesterday. And like she said, you can't build cases overnight. Even if they are going to charge somebody, it's not going to happen because folks tend not to incriminate themselves if they're guilty. So, they're trying to investigate every lead they got surrounding what happened and and if there's anything that was in violation of the law.
Well,
see, I understand what you're saying. I think the only issue is Mississippi has a long history and a very dark history about cases involving black folks. And I think the longer the case goes on, and I totally agree with what you're saying, but the optics, the longer it goes on, people start in their mind saying, cover up, cover up, cover up. But what you said is absolutely right. You got to keep an open mind with these cases.
Right. Well, the FBI is involved supposedly because the prosecutor or either the judge, one of those, received threats, and they believe that threat came from someone in another state. So that's why the FBI is involved, supposedly.
Yeah, it's just an interesting. It's a very interesting case, and
but
you
it's
gotta
a similar
feel bad
case
for the kid and his family.
But it's a similar case in Texas, almost identical.
What's the case? I'm trying to think about the case in Texas. I can't remember.
They're kind of running those parallel with each other. If you look at some of these posts, young black man, same thing, and somebody killed him. It was the same kind of situation where they were going swimming or something like that, however, there are a lot of questions regarding that, and it's just been hyped up, man. So I mean, it's very unfortunate that it happened, and it's been blown up. It's a national media case. Nancy Gray and them are coming on every night talking about it.
Yeah.
Right. It's a big deal. Anyway, look.
It is.
Time's up, fellas. We enjoyed you guys so much, man. We'll stick around. We'll see what happens. And look, Lord willing, we'll be back next Friday to talk about it. Thank you all for joining us, those listeners out there, and also for Jay and DL. You guys have a great weekend there. Look, guys, football season's coming up soon, so look, we're going to talk about that. Have our sports show on Monday, but once I was talking with Wes just on yesterday, we're going to keep the football pool rolling. Sandy was beating up on us, man. She won that thing 4 times. So, she was killing the guys, man. But anyway, we want to keep this thing going, man. So anybody that wants to join in with us on this, it doesn't cost you anything. We just having fun, bragging rights. But look, we're out of here. Thank you so much. Producer today, Ms. Tammy Quick. Thank you guys immensely. Have a great one.